The finale for House of the Seasoned Dragon 2 just aired last night, and after finishing the series, I'm going to go ahead and give you my thoughts. First off, the way I can describe this season felt like wasted time. So the finale itself was underwhelming, boring, and basically turned into a 70-minute trailer for Season 3. Cannot stand when TV shows, and this is happening with almost every TV shows now, we don't get seasons where you have 20 episodes in a season so you can expand and do multiple storylines and plots throughout. We're getting these 8 to 10 episode seasons, and these studios are extending these seasons when they don't need to extend to multiple seasons. You can eliminate some of these side plots, these useless plots that go into these shows, give us some good stuff, and expand into a longer season instead of shortening yourself and basically limiting yourself to what you can do. Starting off, alright, I'm not going to go episode by episode. I'll just kind of give a brief description of what went on during the season. There will be some spoilers in here, so if you haven't seen House of the Dragon Season 2 at all, go ahead, you can finally start binging it and then come back to this video and let me know what you think about it. Episode 1, we had Rhaenyra looking for her son, who at the end of Season 1, we know Vhagar took out after he went to go to the castle to try to get support for Rhaenyra, you know, the queen who is the rightful heir. And Daemon just goes in, messes with his cousin, tries to tell him that he wants him to take his eye out as retribution for him losing his eye. Turns into a cat and mouse game on the dragons. Long story short, Vhagar kills the child dragon. So we go in, Rhaenyra's not at the castle. Everybody's like, where is the queen? We don't know. She's looking for her son. She needs that closure. And when she finally finds the wing of the dragon and finally knows that her son is gone. Just the emotional toll it takes, the way Rhaenyra acts along with her dragon, it's very well done. We go on where everybody was waiting for the blood and cheese episode, because in the books that is a very gruesome moment in the story. When Rhaenyra comes back, is all filled with anger and hatred towards Aemon. Sits down with everybody, basically just says, I want Aemon Targaryen. Meanwhile, Daemon sits over here, he hears it, gets his happy face ready. Daemon's about to commit some war crimes. We see Daemon going into, trying to get into the Red Keep, gets into the city, tells somebody, we want Aemon Targaryen's head. The two guys, Blood and Cheese, who he hires, then say, if we can't find him, what do you want? The way they shot this was done so it can leave open-ended, knowing Daemon, especially when he's hoodie Daemon, gives this look, but it doesn't hint at what his command was. We then get to the episode. They don't find Aemon where he's supposed to be. We end up seeing Prince Jaehaerys, little child, in one of the most, it's gruesome. And for those fans out there that were complaining that this wasn't gruesome enough, it didn't show enough, dude, a freaking child head is getting hacked off in the background, and you can hear the sawing noises of this child's head becoming detached from its body while his mother grabs the other child and tries to flee to safety. If that's not gruesome enough for you, I gotta tell you what, y'all need to go to a therapist or something. Crazy episode. After this, we have to deal with a lot of exposition. This season has a lot of exposition. We don't really get that many dragon battles. When we do get the dragon battles though, like when we got Rhaenys battling Aemon, Aegon coming in, it is one of the coolest, if not the best dragon fight I have seen in a live action show, movie. It's the Dance of the Dragons. It was amazing. You feel for the soldiers that are in this field. They're literally trying to storm a castle, take over this section, and everybody just stops to admire what is happening in the air. The soldiers, the people, they are literally just dirt beneath these dragons' feet. When Vhagar's and melees come on screen, it is a spectacle. When Vhagar finally gets up from the area that Aemon's waiting to go and attack, just everybody stopping on the wall and just being the pure panic that comes over their face. Done so well, shot so well. That was my favorite episode of the season. Unfortunately, that's about the biggest battle we'll probably see in the whole season. Moving forward, we have more exposition. Aegon gets burnt. Haha. As we've all seen, Aemon wants the throne. He ends up setting up Aegon after seeing Aegon come through with his dragon. Looks like he's trying to kill him. Sir Criston, the douchebag, walks up on Aemon with his blade out. He's trying to take his brother out. We go back. Somehow, before that, Vhagar, the biggest dragon that we know right now, was able to hide behind like a little castle pillar and kill Meleys out of nowhere. Like, that was wild. That's happened like 2 or 3 times now, where this biggest dragon is just, nobody knows where it's at, and just plays hide and seek and then kills whoever it wants. Bit of a plot hole. But then we go back, Meleys dies, Rhaenys dies. So upsetting. I was hoping they would be in the show till the, the ending of the show, or the big battle with all the dragons. Doesn't happen like that. I don't know if that's changed from the book or not. We go back, Meleys is dead. Aemon severed the head, brings the dragon's head all through King's Landing, showing it off to the people. The people are like, I thought the dragons were gods. Bad omen, a lot of people think. The people are slowly starting to turn because they're getting hungry because of the blockade that's going on. And then we just have exposition upon exposition and just talking. Meanwhile, we have this horrible, boring, repetitive plot with Daemon going to Harrenhal to try to muster up an army on Rhaenyra's side. Daemon, after the Blood and Cheese episode, is at Harrenhal after an argument with Rhaenyra because Rhaenyra calls him out on him not fully supporting her, only doing what he wants to do for himself so he can ascend to the Iron Throne. And I think, 6, 7 episodes are Daemon at this haunted castle where this witch is like playing tricks on his mind, and it's just exposition upon exposition, more talking, more blabbering. I mean, it's just non-stop. This is all that Daemon's doing.
I had a dream that I had munched my mother.
Hey, yo, what the? After this, our last few episodes, we're getting build-up tension because Rhaenyra, the whole season, is pretty much arguing with her court of people. Yeah, surprisingly to no one, all the men think they should have a male be the heir secretly, constantly arguing with Rhaenyra. Don't think Rhaenyra has what it takes to win this war because she's never been in battle. Of course, only men have been in the battle. Gets annoying. It's just argument upon argument. We've got, once the tension starts building up, Rhaenyra knows that she cannot evade this war. The episode where she goes and tries to talk to Alicent in the church back in King's Landing, that was really good. That was a very interesting scene. And then it was just funny to see Alicent get her comeuppance when Rhaenyra figures out that this whole plan of overthrowing Rhaenyra as the heir was all based off of lyrics that Rhaenyra's father, King Viserys, said in his last dying words, the lyrics to Fire and Ice, and just the look on Rhaenyra realizing, are you this dumb? Alicent kind of realizing like, oh man, I just did all this based off some tomfoolery, based off of lyrics. That was good. Loved that episode. As we get closer, we get more useless scenes, like going to the Vale, this girl having like a little baby dragon and not bonding with her. Useless stuff. Turns out there's a sheep stealer dragon that doesn't have a rider. She wants to go and find the dragon so she can become a rider for Rhaenyra. Does get very cool when Rhaenyra says we need to find more riders, and Jace suggests her finding Targaryen bastards that are all over the world because Targaryens, they be slinging seed, you know what I mean? And that was cool. I hate the guy that somehow got Silverwing. Dude's a complete dunce. I cannot wait for that fella to turn into human beef jerky. He's annoying, especially in the season finale. I just wanted to backhand him the whole time. Vermithor, the whole scene with Vermithor getting his rider was so cool. The actress that plays Rhaenyra, the way her high Valyrian, like I could listen to her speak. It's so cool. She's so smooth with it. That scene is very cool. The shot they have of Vermithor's head coming lower behind Queen Rhaenyra, just cool. Just shows you how big and massive these creatures are. And like, no, we do not control them. The Targaryens do not control them. They allow them. They are okay with them. It's pretty cool. After that, season finale. This is where now I am angry. I was waiting for season 8 all week long. Over an hour long, cool. Finally get maybe a battle of some sort, something. No, it is literally talking the whole episode. That is it. There is a scene where Aemon and Vhagar burn down a whole city. You don't see it. You just see Aemon sitting on Vhagar in the distance after it's done. No action whatsoever in the season finale. Like I said, 70-minute teaser for season 3. Pissed me off. Was so upset I stayed up late to watch that. Like, what is with Game of Thrones just botching the ending of a season? They did it in Game of Thrones. Yeah, we get some big Easter eggs where Daemon gets a vision from the tree that bleeds. And like the 3-Eye Raven comes to him where he gets like 3-Eye Raven powers or something now. Sees what's going to happen in the future with Daenerys being around her 3 dragons. Sees the Night King. And woo, that was our big reveal. That was the big epic point of this episode, was seeing the future of stuff we saw. And we all saw how Game of Thrones ended. So can't even be excited because shit. I'll be honest, I was so excited to watch this season. I was so excited for House of the Dragon. I really liked season 1 and how it ended. Was waiting to see some crazy fights. Only a couple scenes in here are crazy. Upsetting is the best way to put this. If you haven't seen it, go ahead and watch it. I think it is good enough where you'll be entertained, but I do feel like you're gonna feel let down. Overall, season 3 it's like season 3. It has to start with like foot down on the pedal the whole time. We basically had a wasted season. We got teased one snippet of the dragon battles that are yet to come. It has to be full go. I don't know how many seasons they're going for, but apparently season 3 wasn't even greenlit before season 2 finale aired. So like, if something went completely south, you're telling me that would have been the finish we got to the House of Dragon season 2. Now granted, yes, I know season 3 was always probably going to be greenlit. Like, there was going to be nothing major that would have stopped it. But it's just like, it's the principle. Like, not knowing if you were going to go on for another season because it wasn't greenlit by the studios yet. This is what you gave the fans. Like, where in a world do you think that was a good conclusion to what we got? Therefore, I have to go a little bit lower on this. You all might be thinking I'm brutal, but like, in order to like be a critic about this stuff, you have to not have bias. You have to just kind of tell the truth how it is. And I'll be honest, like, for me, I even hate to go this low, but this is around the 5 or 6 range for me. I'm going 5. This is above average television, if you ask me, but just a complete letdown, which shouldn't shock people knowing George R.R. Martin not finishing his books, studios rushing, making everything shorter seasons, but putting in all these extra subplots. Again, Daemon is still at Harrenhal. Grand Theft Auto 6 will be released, probably have 2 major patches and updates with added content before Daemon gets the hell up out of Harrenhal. I'm tired of it. I'm done with that crap. Move on. Let me see some dragons blasting fire. Thank you all for tuning in to this episode of Coda's Cove. Let me know in the comments below, what did you think of House of the Dragon Season 2? What do you think of the series as a whole, Season 1 and 2 combined? As always, if you like this content, make sure you leave a like, subscribe. Hey, be a friend, tell a friend. Let's grow the channel some more. Hope you all have a lovely rest of your day. And hey, come on down to the Cove because the water is fine, baby. Thank you.